Build your social influence using your own creative intelligence and identity. Ang talk niya for us tonight. So, she's creative entrepreneur, founder of Brave Works Incorporated, founder of Likha Summit, founder of the Brave Malikain community, educator with over 180,000 followers, a mom on a mission to elevate the Philippine creative. She's on a mission to enable creative entrepreneurs to increase their impact, influence, and income by sticking to what they love doing. Ano pa kaya ang susunod niyang ipa-found?
Ipa-found.
Please welcome everybody, Kia Abrera.
Yun.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, inubo ako sa intro. Inubo ako ng very light. Medyo, bear with me today kasi medyo may, kung naririnig nyo yan. Ayan. So, I'm going to share my screen. Kasi share screen tayo agad. Yan tayo eh. Share screen tayo agad in life. Okay. Wait lang. Nasaan na ba? Nasaan na nga? Hinahanap ko lang, ha? Hinahanap ko yung ano ko. Ayan.
Yun.
Ano naman kasi. There. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. I love it. Alright. Gusto kong nakikita ang mga face nyo at gusto kong nakikita yung chat. So, I will open the, I will set this up para makita ko kayo lahat. Ayan. RX ba? RX. Thank you sa iyong energy. Nahawa ako kahit na meron akong coffee from the hobby. Okay. Build your social influence using your creative intelligence and identity. It's quite a mouthful. Pero sinabi ko nga kaila Louie last time na this is the first time that I'm giving this kind of talk. Kasi ngayon, I'm diving even deeper on more behavior-based and social influence-based talks. Parang it's more diving into the meaning of what we do as creators. Bakit natin ginagawa to? That's based on how human beings actually think. Para tayo, nagke-create tayo for an audience, not for an algorithm, not for a platform, not for any kind of metrics. Kasi at the end of the day, we are creating for people. If there's anyone takeaway that I want you to get from this talk, it's that we are people creating for other people. So, as they mentioned, hello, I'm Kia. I'm a creative entrepreneur. I'm an edu creator and a behavior change communication strategist. Again, quite a mouthful, pero yan po ang ginagawa ko na hindi ko masyadong tinotalk about. I'm a business educator for creatives in developing countries, mostly Filipinos, but I also have students in South Africa and hindi ko alam kung makakategorize na developing country yung Indonesia and Vietnam, but I also have students there. And content marketing specialist for education creators. And of course, the founder of the Likha Summit. Okay. Ano yung next ko na ifa-found? Hindi ko alam. The future awaits. Charot. Okay. Consensus. So nakikita ko yung comment section dito. I want you to think about this for a moment. Okay? And be honest with yourself kasi this will only work if we are honest with ourselves. Okay? Mahal ka ba ng mahal mo? Hindi, joke lang. What was the most expensive thing that you bought in the last, medyo i-narrow down natin, in the last 6 months? The most expensive thing that you bought in the last 6 months? May bumili ba ng kotse in the last 6 months? Plane tickets, 1.5 acres of land, sana all. Builder's Gate. Course? Wow, okay. Courses? Ayos ah. I like that I'm seeing people who are investing in their personal development here. Mirror. Yung totoo, RX. Battle pass sa game. Insurance, foreclosed house and lot. Likha alab ticket. Gusto ko yan sa'yo eh. 1.2 million lot. Okay. All right, all right. Etong question ko sa inyo, why did you buy it? To learn. Love it. I value my rest, personal development, investment, part of 10-year plan. Okay, okay, okay. Ang next question ko dito, which is not in these slides, was it your sole decision to invest in these expensive things? Talaga? Yes? Hold that thought. Okay. The last restaurant that you've tried for the first time. Kung naka-discover kayo ng bagong restaurant, whether nagpa-deliver kayo sa Grab, nagpa-deliver kayo sa Foodpanda, pumunta kayo dun in person, what was the last restaurant that you tried for the first time? Food Club Manila, okay. Same day. Gusto ko yan. Shake Shack, okay. Seafood Bucket. Hindi pa ako naka-try doon. Okay. Did you try out that restaurant out of your own decision? No, no. May nag-force sa inyo? Charot, may nag-force. Yes, because you wanted to try their hummus, partner's decision. Oy, masarap sa Nikkei. I attest, yes. Nakita ni hubby sa YT. Okay. Yes and no. Okay. Wait lang. Next set. Last set of questions. Who was the last influencer that you remember following? Oy, nag-check ng ano. Nag-check ng IG, check ng YouTube. Matthew Adlard, okay. Riza Lana. Sino si Riza Lana?
Pinisi, yung may-ari ng Tala
Okay, okay, okay.
Jewelry.
Yung tala, yung jewelry. Okay. About PowerPoint presentation, di ko alam yung name. Basta finalo mo siya. Rendon. Si Rendon Labrador. Na-cancel daw yung FB niya eh. Okay.
YouTube daw mag-release, di ba?
Sa YouTube daw siya magre-release. Okay. Did you follow that influencer based solely on your own decision? Are you sure? So once again, guys, we are talking about social influence. And all the questions that I asked you, there is a principle of social influence that you're not aware of. Jonah Berger, he calls it the invisible influence. The invisible influence. Okay? So yung sinabi ko sa inyo na the most expensive thing that you bought, sometimes, or most of the time, we're buying it because of social status. That's what's influencing our purchase decision. Social status. So there's still a component of social influence there. The last restaurant that you tried for the first time, you didn't actually make the decision by yourself. People influenced you. Tumingin kayo ng reviews, tumingin kayo kung may linya sa labas, tumingin kayo kung sinasabi ba ng mga tao na masarap to. Maybe you found a review online, ay gusto ko tong itry at nagtry kayo. That's invisible influence, but that is social influence. The last influencer that you remember following, believe it or not, this one is based on familiarity. That's also a social influence concept. Kaya natin sinasabi, di ba, na lagi maging consistent ka. Because there is, while it's not entirely required, merong advantage ang pagiging consistent. Why? Because people follow what's familiar. They follow what's familiar. Nagkaroon na ng study yan before na nagkaroon ng parang 4 na magagandang babae na tinest nila sa isang classroom lang. So ang ginawa nila dun sa 4 girls, si A, B, C, and D. Pinakita nila yung mga photos ng girls na to sa mga classmates nila inside of the classroom. Tapos ang ginawa nila is pinarate sa kanila from 1 to 10 if they find these 4 girls attractive. At the end of the class na yun, at the end of the class na yun. And meron silang pinili, I think it was letter D, yung pinili nila na pinaka-attractive. Pero actually, ang hindi nila alam, yung 4 girls inside of that classroom, they were part of the social experiment. Hindi sila actually part ng class. Yung girl number 1, she went in the class 2 times. 2 times. The other girl went to the class 5 times. Si letter C, yung pinili nila, went to the class 15 times. And then si letter D went to the class 10 times. So ang nangyari, the person that they were most familiar with, yun yung dinim nila na mas attractive. So what happened there? The invisible influence is actually the fact that this girl showed up in class more times. That's why they found her more attractive. That was a social experiment by Jonah Berger. Okay? Familiarity. Because like it or not, human beings are not independent decision makers. That's the truth. We are, ito medyo may small flex na rin ako dito, we are influenced on a daily basis. Ito yung lahat ng influencers na nabig ko ng TikTok awards. And I followed them for the very same reasons. I followed them all for the very same reasons. Okay? So, the truth is, we as consumers, we have a lot of power. That's the good news. Even if we have influence, even if we are being influenced on a daily basis, we still have power as consumers. We have the power to tune out things that we don't like. We have the power to follow things that we like. And it's the same with business. It's the same with creating content. Diba? Usually we create content in order for people to be familiar with us. Makita nila yung social proof natin, makita nila kung anong kaya natin gawin, makita nila yung expertise natin, all of that stuff. However, people don't like to be sold to. Diba? We skip ads. We can tune it out pag ayaw natin. We unsubscribe from emails pag sinaspam na tayo masyado. 27% of direct mail is never opened. 50% are on do not call lists. Sino dito yung tinawagan na I have a job opportunity. Diba? Mga tinawagan na ng ganon. Sino dito yung mga naka-receive na ng call from BPI or BDO, ino-offeran ka ng bagong credit card. Tapos nasa middle ka ng webinar. Interruptive, di ba? So what do you do? In that case, you build your value and your influence first, and you let them come to you. Now, here's the thing. Lagi tayong sinasabihan to give value. But in the context of you as a person, so we're going to talk about your creative intelligence here. In the context of you as a person, giving value means first understanding what you consider valuable. Understand what you consider valuable. And then you look for ways to grow your value. That's as simple as I can put it. Right? Pag sinabi natin yung grow your value, ito yung lagi nating naririnig. Position yourself as an expert. Wow. Di ba? Pero ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng expert? It comes from the Latin word, kung kung napanood nyo na yung video ko about this, it comes from the Latin word. Lagay nyo sa comments kung alam nyo. The Latin word. It comes from the Latin word expertiri, which means to try. And another word that has expertiri is what? Experience. You have to be at least 2 steps ahead of your audience so you can teach them what you've learned and you can teach them what you've done. So sa marketing, meron tayong tinatawag na USP or UVP, di ba? When it comes to your personal brand, when it comes to your own creative intelligence, when it comes to your own niche, I like to call it the UTP. The UTP or your unique thought process. Kasi every time na sinasabihan tayo na give value, di ba? What's valuable to you? Just find your niche. Find your niche. Diba? Lagi na tayo find your niche. The truth is, there's no such thing as a niche that's unique to the T. Akala lang natin differentiated tayo because it sounds different. It sounds so creative. But someone else is saying it in a different way. What sets you apart? Ano ba talaga? But because what makes you truly unique, it's not your truth. Because you can have the same truth as someone else. You can believe in the same things as someone else. You can say you're a social media manager who X, Y, and Z. It can be the same as someone else. But what makes you truly unique is how you arrive to that truth. Sa madaling sabi, the niche is you. That's it. You leverage your unique thought process and create something that your audience wants to see. Paano natin to ma-determine at this point? Grab a sheet of paper. A sheet of paper. Professor lang. Grab a sheet of paper. Grab any paper that you have. Kung gusto nyong iPad paper or paper-like or just your normal post-it notes, grab any of those notes, okay? I would prefer that you write kasi kinesthetically, mas na-absorb natin, madi-discover natin what we think. I would always highly recommend that you write. Wow, sana all. Magsulat na lang daw sa cash. Eh di wow. Okay. 3 things that you're good at. Write it down. 3 things that you're good at. Wag yung i-overthink. Wag yung i-overthink. Tsaka wag yung sabihin, ay, pag sinabi ko to, baka sabihin nila mayabang ako. Ipagyabang mo. Safe space nga daw to, sabi ni Louie eh. Kaya talaga. 3 things that you're good at. Write it down. Off the top of your head, okay? Okay. Next. Usually, we ask, why do we do it? But I'm not gonna ask you this. Because it's more important to figure out, why is it valuable to people? Why is it valuable to people? Okay. Next question. 4 questions lang to, ah. Next question. What do people know you as relative to your competitors? What do people know you as relative to your competitors? Kunyari, social media manager ka. Yung mga competitors mo na social media manager, pag kino-compare ka sa kanila, ang sinasabi nila is, alam mo ikaw, magaling ka sa Instagram. Alam mo ikaw, ang galing mo sa content. Alam mo, ikaw magaling ka magbenta, magaling ka sa selling content, sa conversion content. Alam mo, ikaw magaling ka sa pagsulat ng caption. Okay? What do people know you as relative to your competitors? Excuse me. And then, what do you enjoy doing? So, hindi kailangang kasama siya dun sa tatlong sinulat mo. Okay? Hindi kailangan. What do you enjoy doing? Kung nag-enjoy kayo mag-gento, kanina pa ako nagsasabi ng gento, no? Nag-enjoy kayo mag-rap, nag-enjoy kayo mag-paint, nag-enjoy kayo mag-public speaking, up to you. Write it down. Okay? So, ito yung mga tinanong natin, di ba? What are you good at? Why is it valuable? What do people know you as relative to your competitors? And what do you enjoy doing? What you just wrote down are the 4 P's. Your proficiency, your purpose, your positioning, your passion. And this is something that I developed 2 years ago. Yes, dume-develop ng diagrams. I developed this 2 years ago in order to help people find something that they're good at. Craft their offer, craft their niche. I call it the P4 niche service circle. So you have your proficiency, your passion, your positioning, and your purpose. The convergence between what you're good at and what your purpose is, it's an accomplishment. It's something that you do where you love the result. Okay? Between your proficiency and your passion, it becomes a profession. It's something that you love to do. Passion and positioning, usually, it's a hobby. You love how it makes you feel. Alam mo, magaling kang kumanta, passionate ka sa pagkanta. It's something that I don't earn from. It's a hobby. Okay? And your positioning and your purpose, usually it's a cause. You love how it makes others feel. So you write down those things under each of these circles. And makikita nyo yung common denominator doon, yun yung one thing. Keyword though, for now. Because as you progress in your career, nagbabago yan. Nag-grow yan. Okay? So here's an example, one of mine. That was 2021. Ito yung ano ko, yung parang P4 niche circle ko noong 2021. So these are my proficiencies. Naging magaling ako doon. These are the things that give me purpose because I saw the value of it to the people who receive it. This is my positioning. This is what other people say that I'm good at. This is my passion. So, convergence among all of those 4 things, it's personal brand strategy through video creation. And we've been successful at it. Okay? So once we found that core intelligence that we have, that core skill, the core application that we have, medyo mas madali na sa amin to find our niche audience. Sino na yung sineserve namin. Okay? Because you're gonna find people who will find this offer valuable, will find this service valuable. Okay? So, your creative intelligence is basically a convergence of your skills, your vision, and your values. Your personal brand is a commitment to your consumer. If hindi clear ito, hindi rin magiging klaro yung commitment mo sa consumer mo. And how well you feel that promise influences your social capital. Okay? Part 2. Influence is currency. Remember this. Influence is currency, especially nowadays in the creator economy. Okay? So balik tayo sa give value. Balik tayo sa give value. In the context of your audience naman. So when we say give value in the context of your audience, you understand what's valuable to your audience. Kasi, pag sinabi natin just give value, yung textbooks natin may value eh. Diba? If it's just all about giving value, all of the books, all of the documentaries, all of the TED Talks, they would all be sold out if it's just about giving value. But people underestimate the power of understanding what is valuable to an audience. And hindi lang yun. Kasi ito magde-determine ng content mo. Even more important is how you deliver it. You have to deliver it in ways that resonate with your audience. So a good message has to be wrapped inside good delivery. You have to have good storytelling skills. Kung yung gusto mo na ma-attract ng mga tao is yung mahilig sa yung mga chill, yung mga ganyan, magpatawa ka. Diba? But it has to be authentic with who you are. Kasi cringe din yun. Diba? Pag pag nag-try ka to do something that's not true to who you are. Audiences are smarter nowadays. So when giving value in the context of your audience, you understand what's valuable and you deliver in ways that resonate with them. So, ilagay natin siya sa simpleng ABC. The ABCs of human-centered influence building. Remember, we are in the age of social media. Social media has democratized. Democratized, big word. Ibig sabihin, anyone can do it. Social media has democratized influence, allowing even the smallest creators to have significant impact. With the right strategies, of course. So, let's debunk what we currently know. Number 1. Hindi pala number 1. ABCs nga eh. Letter A. Sa letrang A, audience over algorithm. First and foremost. So usually, pag sinasabing ideal audience, di ba? Demographics, psychographics, geographics, behavioral, the simplest way that you can put it. Remember na this is still good. Kasi in the earlier days, yung advertising natin, wala silang ibang key metrics. Wala silang ibang metrics na mababasehan. Kaya ito yung ginawa nila. Pero it's not always accurate these days. This is an outdated thing. It doesn't mean that it's not useful. It is. But basing solely on this is not always effective. Because we are in the age of relevance and personalization. So context matters. Sinabi nga ni Direct Mark Mealy, kung nandun kayo nung nag-skill building webinar siya on storytelling, sinabi niya, the algorithm is human behavior in data form. So, how do you simplify? How do you simplify it? What should we be focused on? What is the problem that you're passionate about solving? Who has these problems? So you look at segments na merong mga problema na to. And who among those groups of people do you feel you can help the most? Example, this is from a real client that I had. A problem that they're passionate about solving, glaring financial instability. This was a financial advisor. Glaring financial instability. Who has these problems? So naglist siya ng mga segments. Top 4, people with low-paying jobs, single parents, starting entrepreneurs, single millennials. Who among those groups of people do you feel you can help the most? Dahil single parent siya, she feels she can help single parents. Kasi alam niya yung pinagdadaanan. She knows the lens. She knows the challenges. Now it's easier for her to create content. So that's the simplest way that you can put it. Para makastart ka. Letter B. Sa letrang B, beliefs over brand. Now usually, ito yung brand eh. Di ba? Sinasabi natin, brand strategy, branding, logo, messaging. Let's put brand simply. It's the result of consumer perception. That's it. A brand is a result. Let me give you an example. May isang internet provider, sinasabi nila, fast and reliable. Pag sinabi kong PLDT, anong sasabihin nyo? When I say PLDT, first thing that comes to mind, in the comments, go. No comment. Lag. Diba? It doesn't matter how solid your brand strategy is. Remember, that's still just a strategy. Makikita mo sa implementation kung ano talaga yung brand mo. Again, it's the result of consumer perception. That's why it's very important that you're consistent with the brand that you say you are. Yun yung sinasabi natin sa personal branding. That's it. Even if you say you're the fastest, most reliable internet, pag ang experience ng tao ay iba, you're the slowest internet of the century, your brand is going to be the slowest internet of the century. Wala tayong magagawa doon. Okay? Kahit pa kunin nila si Chris Evans. Charot. Okay. Influence building involves empowering the audience perception by making the brand consistent with your beliefs. How do you influence belief? Each of your touch points has to point back to a strong, consistent, and empathic belief that consumers will strongly resonate with. All touch points, hindi lang sa marketing, hindi lang sa content. When they see you in person, paano ka? When they work with you as a team, paano ka? Pag nakita ka nila sa McDo, di ba? Influencer ka na, nakikita ka nila sa McDo, tapos mataray ka pala. And then you're always talking about empathy and being kind, di ba? Tapos hindi lang nabigay yung Thai part mo, galit ka na sa mundo, di ba? Has to be consistent with who you are. And then letter C. Community over content. Kasi ngayon, it's all about building communities. Sabi ng napakagaling kong friend na si Tom si Kuya, stop creating content, start creating communities. If your goal is to create a community, your content follows. Diba? Sometimes when we create content, the goal is to go viral. For a community, the goal is to be valuable. Content, sometimes we stop at being entertaining. In communication, when you're creating a community, it's all about being engaging. When you're just all about creating the content, sometimes it becomes interruptive. It's just to catch their attention. For community, it asks permission. It's intentional. Content sometimes is about selling the product or service. In a community, it empowers the purchase decision. Sila mismo. Influenced sila. Diba? They are influenced. And they allowed it. Okay? We have the power to influence so much so that the people that we try to influence, they also have the power to say no. We have to respect that. Okay? Remember, your brand is an extension of your creative identity. So your brand should be a true representation of who you are, not what the market demands. So ito yung lagi kong sinasabi. Loyalty over royalty. Revenue is the bottom line of any business because that's what's going to give you sustainability and scalability. Tangibly, that's true. Pero the lifeblood is always going to be your consumers. So you treat your customers, you treat your audience, you treat your clients as human beings with real feelings, with emotions, with intelligence, with logic. Start marketing with empathy. Sabi nga ni Simon Sinek, communication is not about making sure we say what we need to say. It's about making sure that others understand what we mean. And for you to do that, you have to start listening more and you have to start understanding more. Actually, na-end ng presentation ko eh.